The New Norm is brought to you by Winning at Home. I'm Steve Norman. Welcome to The New Norm. Today I was driving the kids to school and we were listening to a morning radio show. And in a moment of candor, one of the co-hosts confessed that she was truly overwhelmed. She's newly married. She's navigating a blended family. She's trying to navigate the responsibilities at work and at home, both as a parent and as a spouse. And she said, "I feel like I'm failing as a mom and as a friend." She referenced a moment where her elementary school-age son was trying to tell her a story, but she almost missed it because she was returning a work email on her phone. And then a handful of listeners called into the show, also lamenting the fact that they simply can't seem to keep up with all the demands on their time, energy, and relationships. It reminded me of a time when my wife Kelly and I attended a parenting workshop back in the day. And during the question and answer time, a mom asked the couple on stage this question: "How do you do it all?" And I'll never forget the speaker's response. She said, "We don't." It was a great line that we've carried with us over the last 10 years. We can't do it all, and we don't have to. So to the beleaguered morning DJ, here's a list of 5 truths to remember when you're feeling stressed. 1, be kind to yourself. Krista Tippett says, "Wisdom is making friends with reality." And reality is society has created an unreachable, unattainable ideal for families these days. And the truth is you can do some of the things you want to do, but you can't do all of them. About 2 years ago, we had 4 kids in spring youth sports at the same time. 4 kids, 2 parents, 2 cars. Tennis for the senior, soccer for the sophomore, lacrosse for the 7th and 5th graders. And despite our best efforts to carpool, plan, and coordinate, we missed some games and the kids missed some practices. And the world didn't stop spinning. Everyone survived. I just finished listening to Matthew Perry's autobiography, and his therapist told him this: "Matty, reality is an acquired taste. So you don't have to admit it, but the truth is there will always be more opportunities than hours in which to complete them." Number 2, technology is a great servant and a horrible master. We all know that social media isn't great for kids, especially kids who are pre-adolescent. What we also know intuitively, but don't like to say out loud, is that it's not great for adults either. Hours of endless scrolling leads to increased feelings of comparison, envy, anger, and inadequacy. Here's an experiment that's worth trying. After every time you check your feed, write down how you felt when you were done. Try this for a whole week. And at the end of the week, review your notes and share them with a friend. What did you learn about your social media consumption? Is it good for your soul? Is it helping you become the person that you want to be? Now, make no mistake, it's not all wrong. I love knowing when friends have birthdays or get promotions. I just learned I missed a memorial service for an acquaintance's dad because he didn't post it on the platform that I check most regularly. It was a bummer because I would have tried to find a way to be there. But technology is only good when we wrangle it for our own devices rather than let it impose its will on us. Number 3, sleep is not optional. I don't know if you've flown recently, but they all have those airline safety videos where the person will say, "Please secure that, in the event that we lose cabin pressure, please secure the mask over your own mouth before securing it over the mouths of small children who may be traveling with you." If you're not getting rest, then your body and your mind aren't functioning the way that they were intended to. You cannot outsource sleep. You have to do it for yourself. Now, in the corporate world, there are legends of startup leaders who got by on 4 hours of sleep a night. And we lionize these CEOs because of what they were able to achieve. In time, however, there's always a price to pay. I don't have hard data on this, but leaders who struggle with fatigue tend to make poor choices over time. It's just inevitable. Chronically tired people struggle with emotional, spiritual, and relational health. So be kind to yourself. Remind yourself that technology is a great servant and a horrible master. Sleep is not optional. Number 4, gratitude matters. Somebody once told me that the secret to a spiritually centered life is the ability to say thank you daily. A few years ago, I was going through a spiritual formation curriculum with some friends, and one of the exercises that they had us do was commit to 21 days of gratitude. And the way that it went is that every day, either at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, you wrote down 10 different new things for which you were thankful. And you don't need me to tell you that at the end of those 21 days, at the completion of those 3 weeks, I was thinking differently about what mattered and what didn't. When you have a daily gratitude practice, rather than being frustrated with all that you can't do, you choose to be thankful for what you can. And gratitude teaches us to be present in the moment, in the day that we have, rather than jumping into scheduling or planning for tomorrow. And then number 5, rest, not just sleep, but like soul rest is worth it. A few years ago, I had an opportunity to visit Jerusalem in Israel. And in Jerusalem, sirens will go off on Friday night to announce the beginning of Sabbath. And observant Jews all over the city will pause for 24 hours of family connection, worship, and reflection. And on Saturday, the siren goes off at sundown and people stream out of their homes to shop, go to the movies, and maybe get back to work. Sabbath, in part, is based on this principle. We took a day off and we didn't die. God covered all of the bases that needed to get covered. In short, it's a declaration that God can do what I cannot. And many things that we feel like have to get done immediately could wait for 24 hours or more in order to get done. Remember this, there are no medals for being the busiest person on the block. In fact, Jesus says this, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." So to my morning show friends, freedom comes when we can admit that we can't do it all. And the good news is, we don't have to. The New Norm is produced and distributed by Winning at Home. Winning at Home is a faith-based nonprofit committed to making individuals, couples, families, and businesses stronger through counseling and coaching. For more information, visit winningathome.com. I'm your host, Steve Norman. Thanks for listening.